Thursday. Oh my God, I can't stop laughing. I gotta stop laughing. All right, take it serious, bro. Thursday. That's my favorite day of the week, though. I know I hate it on Wednesday, but Thursday is my favorite day of the week. Thursday, March 13th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler Logan. Tyler and Logie. Logie1 Kenobi. Well, that's a great username. Never told you that. That's a fantastic username. How you guys doing this morning? Good morning.
It's a big day. There will be blood. It is the blood moon, lunar eclipse. For all those astrology folks out there, this is a big one. I feel like something big is going to happen today in the markets, and my gut read is it's probably going to be bad. So we're going to see some blood on the board, but my hopium is that maybe we put in some kind of a bottom here. So at least on something. So we will certainly see, but I feel like it's going to be a big day and then set the tone for this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely. Listen, right now they're definitely putting the blood part in the moon part on the markets. That's definitely that's for sure. Tyler, the blood part is definitely being felt. I think we're at like we're looking at this morning until the show started. Let's just put it this way. But the full moon doesn't occur until what time? Or we'll get into the astrology a little later. Let's do the whole astrology chart. Even Bob Lucas. I don't know if that's good or bad. Even fucking Bob Lucas was talking about the full moon, bro. Yesterday.
Oh yes,
yeah, dude. Our quant, we share a quant here, and he was talking about the full moon. I was like, no, not you, dude. Me? Okay, you. I was dying, dude. Anyways, Logan, how you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to the blood moon. Pretty much clear skies here, so should have some good viewing later tonight. But we'll see. I again can't complain with the blue skies, sunshine. I know the market's not that fun, but this is a nice reprieve from, of course, winter dreariness.
I love that. Looks like we're talking about blood moon. We'll be talking about champagne and wine today. We'll be talking. It's alone you. We're already getting some thoughts on the timeline here, asking me my thoughts on the U.S. champagne business. Yes. We'll get to that. I have some strong thoughts. I'm very opinionated on that, actually. I have very strong opinions on that. The French in me comes out. You know what I mean? After all, I do have a French passport. Anyways, today on the show, full moon, tariffs, trade war, markets, Tyler's top 100 or top 5 today, honestly. What else? We got Robit loot box spin. Someone's going to win a CryptoPunk today. I feel it. So I'm just going to call it. Someone's winning CryptoPunk today. And then last but not least, this show is powered by sorry guys, this Obi's starting some crazy rumors on the timeline, and I'm really just crying laughing. Powered by Galaxis. We love Galaxis. Shout out to Galaxis. Galaxis Web3 platform, empowering creators and brands to build unstoppable communities with full ownership and independence. Trusted by icons like Donald Trump, Steve Aoki, Mike Tyson, and the NBA, shaping together the future of engagement. By the way, no wonder Trump loves NFTs. 10% creator fees. Tariffs. It just hit. It just hit me. Creator royalties are like tariffs. Donald Trump loves NFTs. He said it to me on the podcast. You guys know I interviewed him, right?
He sure did.
Yeah. I wish Mando was here to hear that one. Anyways, also, hold on. That's not our only sponsor. We have 2 of them. Shout out to the both of them. Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto, as recognizable as Visa as checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. But also, I do want to point something out regarding Wallet Connect that is really cool, because I know there's a lot of fellow Myriad enjoyers on our show, as well as us 3 co-hosts over here. We just launched Myriad Markets in partnership with Wallet Connect. This is a really fun way with which we can partner with brands beyond just like what we used to do with our radio and Decrypt Media, right? And so we just introduced our first community market. So you've seen us do this with Pudgy Penguins. You've seen us do this with Rec Guy. We are doing it with the Paris Blockchain Week next month in April, and a lot of other folks. But we've just launched our markets that are up to. But guess what, y'all? There's 150,000 Wallet Connect tokens. Yes, they do have a token up for grabs for predictors. So hop on now on Myriad.markets. There's a contest going on right now, and you can make some money, y'all. Literally. And that's also sponsored by Wallet Connect. So check it out. There's 5 markets. Will Wallet Connect exceed 270 million connections in March? So you got to do your research on that. Total unique active wallets connecting with Wallet Connect in March. How many new wallets will connect? So every time I say connect, take a hit or drink a shot. Maybe not now. It's 10 a.m. Also, if you're under 18, don't do that. Or under 21 in the United States of America. Yeah. And growth rate and total WCT. So some fun markets, guys. And a cool little thing that we can do with these Myriad markets.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's maybe we come back to this at the end of the show, for our loyal listeners. I've got the alpha on a lot of these markets.
You do?
I've got all the numbers.
Oh shit, I do, because they also sponsor your Underexposed show. So you've searched it. So we'll check it out. But anyways, check it out. Listen, it's free money. So you can always check it. I know we're not an hour earlier today, Lukey. The time has changed, brother. On Saturday night, we changed the time. Daylight savings. Anyways, Tyler, let's hop on to you. Where is my thing? Here.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler T on FOMO hour, cause the kids can't miss.
Bring it back some bears.
Yeah, I'll start with some macro. There's a lot of macro headlines coming out. So there's more tariff fights. It looks like the European Union is going to levy 50% tariffs on American whiskey. Trump then countering with 200% tariffs on European wine if they don't back down. So that was some of the latest here. We also had PPI. The inflation numbers came in. They were also soft this morning, under expectations, but market's already shaking that off. Stocks were straight down this morning. I think the indexes are down about another 1% or so. Crypto majors down, Bitcoin down about 1% as well. Surprisingly, ETH actually holding steady, which is pretty shocking here. We'll get into that more in a minute. Another big piece, I guess it's not really news, it's perhaps more speculation. Last night, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that Trump wants to cut income tax for anyone making less than $150,000. So there is a lot to unpack there, and if that would actually be good or bad. Getting into the crypto headlines here, the ETH Bitcoin ratio, folks, it hit a 5-year low yesterday. One Bitcoin was 44 ETH. 44. That is
that's insane.
Unfathomable number. We had Trump coming out yesterday saying that markets are going to soar. Scott Bessent, maybe some hopium, blood moon bottom. He came out just before the show and said that a market detox does not mean a recession, folks. So maybe the first time Bessent's starting to walk back some of that rhetoric. You love to see that. Breaking news this morning, Trump family in talks to acquire a stake in Binance US. The Wall Street Journal published this. We'll get into the details. It looks like there might even be like some kind of a pardon swap as a part of this. It gets a little messy. We'll dig into the details. This comes just, again, a day after Binance announced a $2 billion investment from Abu Dhabi's MGX, the largest ever crypto native investment. Ripple also received approval from Dubai to offer crypto payment services in the UAE yesterday. We also saw the CBOE seeking SEC approval to list the Solana ETF shares on its exchange. Cantor Fitzgerald officially announcing its Bitcoin-backed lending for institutions. That's going to launch this July with $2 billion in initial financing. And the North Korean hacker group Lazarus has now been linked to 6 new malicious packages targeting developers, browsers, and wallets. And then I think Logan may have helped share this news. We'll get into this later. Nebraska's governor signed a Bitcoin ATM regulation bill. I think this is one of the first Bitcoin ATM regulation bills we've seen. In token and protocol news, Hyperliquid changed its margin requirements yesterday coming out of that whale liquidation scenario. It looks like that whale might be back, actually. That came out this morning. Say TVL, the number one mover on the week for chains that have more than 100 million in TVL, is up 40% to 310 million. Barachain also up quite a bit as well. Let's see, in AI, the AI market was up here this morning. The bigger headline, this is actually pretty interesting. Banker, the Banker bot, you may be familiar. They disabled responses to Grok after the XAI.
Really?
launched 17 different tokens,
Oh,
seemingly manipulated.
wait, hold on. The
cut off
XAI
its
launched
access.
17 tokens.
Yes. It's got like $500,000 in a wallet.
One of us.
It's very unclear who or how it's going to access the funds in that wallet. So there's a lot of questions.
Oh, God.
In memes and NFTs, the memes were green this morning. Pepe was actually up 13%. That may have come down a bit since the show started. This actually came after Coinbase delisted Floki, Turbo, and Giga from its exchange in New York. They're saying it did not meet their listing standards. So we'll see if that goes beyond just the state of New York. DRB, the Grok token, that fell 50% after Banker turned off its access. So that was quite the impact there. Then we also saw Robinhood list Pingu, Popcat, and Peanut, the P-memes on Robinhood here this morning. In NFTs, a couple of headlines. Taproot Wizards announced their latest Trust 5 details. That will be the last chance to get on that whitelist to be able to mint for 0.2 Bitcoin. And then a Grail Cowboy Punk. Phew, what a beauty. Sold for 75 ETH.
Gorgeous.
Gandhi yesterday.
Yeah.
Quick rundown of the headlines.
I wish I was rich. I would own like 100 punks. You know what I mean?
When
like,
I saw that yesterday, I quickly flashed through my head, like, what could I sell to try to buy this? And like, it just didn't make sense.
I just look at punks every day. And like,
That's a really nice punk. A
Yeah.
really, really nice one.
punks are so nice. Like it's.
I think we'd all agree that you are a punk.
Oh, look who's here. Who let this guy on stage? Keith Grossman, just quickly, I said you were requesting. First of all, I want to congratulate you for banning Iran. I didn't know you bought the country of Iran this morning. MoonPay announcing that.
Very, very funny. I literally was calling you back based on your text a second ago, and then I was like, "Oh, he's on with that show that he does." So I was like, "I'll jump on and I'll just say hi." Very funny, bro. Like I did laugh.
Do you want to quickly? I know, but this is not an ad or anything. Keith just likes to randomly, instead of calling me every day at 10 a.m. because he forgets I've been hosting this show for 3 fucking years. He loves to come on the show and chat with me. But while you're here, you guys are like buying all of crypto. Like what is this Iron news? I thought that was really good, and I mean, I thought my joke was great. Congrats on buying on.
So first, the joke was okay. Like let's I'll give you credit where credit's due. Like I laughed, right? I chuckled. I did forget that you had the show, right? So yes, it has been 3 years, and yes, I will spare everyone. Just so everyone knows, this would be how Farokh and I talk to each other when we chat on the phone. Okay, so we are chatting on this one. So no, like look, you know this. We've been very open about this and blunt. Like with MoonPay, if PayPal was rebuilding itself using blockchain technology today, like it would be building what MoonPay is building.
Yeah.
Right. And
true.
Ultimately, this Iron deal, the acquisition, is our Braintree moment. Right. This is the moment where we're able to essentially allow, all of the B2B businesses to use APIs to sort of interact with stable coins and move into this new business in this new area. We see a huge opportunity here for us. And, our goal is ultimately to continue to, build the backward compatibility for the existing financial ecosystem to access this decentralized ecosystem. And ultimately what we're doing is we're building a membrane around sort of like what exists today to be able to access all of these amazing decentralized apps and ecosystems. And Iron just continues to accelerate that for us, but with stable bonds.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah. No, we are so excited. I will say, like, I could not be more excited. I couldn't be more excited about the space right now. But like, I was just calling you back to say that I thought your joke was okay.
Appreciate it, Keith.
May I, since I saw Myriad jumped up on stage, I'm following the stats on Myriad, and like your daily stats are unbelievable.
Thank you.
They are really cool. I hope that you and your team are really proud of what you're building. It is awesome.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we are. We just crossed $300,000 of volume an hour ago. So 6,000 traders. So things are ramping up. One thing I've noticed, which is funny, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, people don't really predict much. And as soon as Thursday hits, volume just explodes. which is very interesting.
Why?
Thing.
Wait,
So-
but this is on what, 1 week's worth of data? Like
yeah,
that means
six
nothing,
days.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
6.
no, hold on. But it's funny, right? Like you're going to start to see patterns off of Myriad and off of bets. It's going to be like certain news things are going to trigger things. Certain sort of times are going
This
to
is
trigger
true.
things,
The
right?
market too,
Like,
right?
I've never understood why do flows at MoonPay over the weekend sort of lighten versus during the weekday, right? Like you would think that everyone is
Yeah.
at home on the weekend bored and buying crypto, but no, like apparently people buy crypto Monday through Friday and then they buy it a little less on Saturday and Sunday, right? So it's like these things are things that you just start to see when you start to get large numbers.
100%. No, I love that. Yeah, we all think weekends are big, but then weekends actually
Yeah.
kind of suck, honestly.
Well, anyway, go. I like continue on with your cute little show, and give me a call. Give me a call.
I call you right after.
And we'll catch it. And to everyone in the audience, I kid. It is great to see so many great names out there, like whether it's Fungibles or Jenna or Q.
Love that.
I mean, or Wallplug. I mean, it's so fun. Or Zanzibar. Like I'm just going through the list, looking at like all these people that like from 2020, 2021 that like you'd see, and they're still in the rooms and like still building. And I hope, more than anything else that even though I'm in and out, like we're making you proud, and that like the Rug
Oh, yeah.
Radio team and that the Decrypt team is making you all proud too, right? Like, because this is just awesome.
Hell yeah.
Okay, goodbye. It's been a pleasure.
Sick. Anyways, we'll love to see that.
Real quick, I mean, what a breath of fresh air just to hear from
Right?
a founder who's excited about crypto and supporting builders, man. We just there's still so much negativity on the timeline.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see someone who cares and still has a positive outlook.
Yeah. It's I agree with you. Maybe we should just get more on. We always say that, but we also get so busy. But it's what, because on the founder side, dude, like every founder will get on here will tell you how excited they are about the space. Because I get to interact with a lot of them, and then when I go to conferences, I go to all these like dinners or whatever the fuck, like all these things, and everybody's like super hyped. And I was actually with the founder of MoonPay in DC having dinner last week, and they're just crushing, man. And the numbers they're seeing, like they keep on hitting new highs of inflows. It's so crazy. It's insane. And on all fronts, right? So it's actually wild. And now that they've bought this, it's crazy. And it's also like I saw Ivan, that's their founder, right? He was on national television this morning. Like, was it CNBC or something? It's crazy. Like every day, guys, I feel like you open the TV now and you have like a crypto founder on.
Definitely.
You would have never thought.
There's this sentiment that we didn't onboard anyone this cycle. I feel like MoonPay would have a very specific
MoonPay would disagree, yeah.
and opposite point of view.
I think we may not have on board as many people on CT, but even that's wrong. Like Onsem went from like 50K followers to 700,000. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know. Like Spread Guy gained like 200,000 followers this cycle, or Frank, or this or that. Like even I, though I gained most of my following in 2021, like 350K of them, I still managed to put on another 100,000 followers this cycle. Tyler, you've put a lot of followers. Like it's like just if you look at like just Onsem, I think is the best metric because he was kind of like the main character this cycle going up from the start. Like this guy has what does he have? 707,000 followers, and I'm pretty sure he was like sub 50K when that started. At least sub 100. So I think that goes without saying that we definitely onboarded some people this cycle, but they may not be the people that will be on here buying our bags. But anyways, there's a bunch of stuff to talk about here today, Tyler. Maybe we could start with the market and the astrology if you want.
Yeah, the astrology is into the blood moon. So I think historically, like, what's been wild about crypto and astrology is these full moons like often do mark local bottoms. Like you remember the one in January, it marked the local bottom. We had a very massive red day. It was the full moon, and like there was one who had called like the last 3 cycles they had all bottomed on the full moon. Now it's a blood moon. We've got folks like Bob.
Trading View has moon phases. Okay, it's a real thing, Tyler. That's on Trading
View. It really
View.
is. I have no idea why, but I'm the kind of guy when I see enough of a trend, I'm like I'm at least going to acknowledge it and not just totally dismiss it. Because I don't know why, but maybe there are a lot of people out there who do like to trade on moon cycles. So I'm at least going to respect that. We got Bob saying that time for some new hope in the markets and a rally on the full moon. Cycles are well positioned. Markets really oversold. So like that is the thing. It's like a lot of these assets do feel like they're really, really oversold. And now maybe we got some reasons for optimism from Besant here this morning. Walter Bloomberg just shared that right as we were going into the show open.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I must have missed that. Must be what we're bouncing now.
Yeah. So stocks V-shaped basically at the same time. So it does feel like perhaps that might be somewhat related.
Oh, he's talking right now.
Okay, yeah. So Besant must be talking live.
Yeah, live. 36 seconds ago, government shutdown, not good for the economy. Besant, we've had big unwinning markets. Yeah, looks like he is speaking as we speak.
There it is. Go to the fifth one.
Fifth one. Yeah, he's live. After big surge in dollar, it's natural that other currencies could do well. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is in Moscow for talks with the Russian official. Oh, wow. So Witkoff is in Moscow right now. He does a lot.
Yeah.
Steve Witkoff's trying to like do peace with Hamas, peace with Ukraine and Russia, and at the same time buy Binance. I love that.
A lot is happening. But then there's the big one. A detox does not have to be a recession. So I think a lot of folks have been reading into
this is a good take.
Language, saying like more pain is coming. But here he's like finally like pumping the brakes a little bit.
This is a good take though.
And we've been talking about this week, like the Mag 7 are down 20%, Bitcoin's down 25%, ETH's down 50%. It's normal to be more bearish at the bottom and think things are going much lower, but who knows? Maybe we're going to start to see some signs. We've got FOMC next week. That's going to be pretty important at this point to see if Powell has seen enough in the inflation data to start to change direction. So it feels like, I don't know if we're going to see any major movements ahead of that. That does seem like an important meeting now. We had PPI once again come in a little bit under. But of course, the other backdrop to all this is the Trump tariffs and just continued volatility. Now, like Americans are going to be forced to really dive into our California reds here because those French wines are going to be quite a bit more expensive if these tariffs stay up. 200.
Sorry, go on.
No, that's what they offer. So I think the EU counter was tied to the aluminum tariffs that the U.S. proposed. So they countered with 50% on whiskey, and then Trump countered with 200% on European wine.
This is so funny. It's like seeing like you've ever seen your kids argue, Tyler? I'm sure you have, right? Does it feel similar right now?
Yes, it really does. It is a little strange to see like major global policy play out like this. And like I think it's one of those things that we've just like come to expect it from Trump. Like it isn't normal. Like it really doesn't feel like this is how things should be done. And it's almost like Europe counters, and then he just comes up with something to like, oh, I'm gonna hit you back with this if you don't back down. And it's impacting everyone.
Yeah. It definitely is impacting everyone. So interesting times ahead in the markets, and looks like it's still gonna go on. I mean, every time we think that there's like last night there was some relief on the tariff stuff, and this morning and no. So I guess we'll see where that goes. But at the end of the day, I mean, you guys are losing out on the alcohol deal because best wine, champagne, it all comes from Europe. You know what I mean? And the Euros, they're fine because they've got that Irish whiskey, they got that Scottish shit, and they can get the Japanese stuff. So, you guys just won't be blessed with French wine. That's what you get for creating Napa Valley.
Yeah, I mean, American bourbon is better than Irish whiskey. I think that's pretty objectively true.
I don't have a skin in that game. Maybe Sims wants to weigh in, but Logan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm a bourbon guy. Most of my shelf is American made, although I do have some Japanese stuff here as well. So I think I'll be okay for the.
Yeah, you guys will be fine. The funny thing about the alcohol thing is that everyone's gonna be fine. Like everyone's literally makes their own like booze. You know what I mean?
Yes, like people like literally will make their own. We'll have to have Wiz on and get into a longer debate between
oh god,
California Reds versus
Wiz and I have been arguing about this since 2021.
I think I'm on his side.
Of course you are. You're American. You gotta be on his side. You gotta. Hey, chat. What do you guys think? French wine or American wine? Let's see what the chat thinks. Anyways, it looks like a blood moon and the eclipse. So it's an eclipse, right? We'll take.
Yeah, and You don't need special glasses. I looked it up. You're
Okay,
good.
so this one you don't need special glasses. You can see it at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time peak. Here, if you're trying to look at it. I remember last year I saw one. It was insane. I was in France. I was in south of France. Looking at the blood moon. It was fucking nuts.
It actually is
They're
going to
not-
be really cool. And I think I saw like 1 to 3 a.m. is roughly the window. I think it clearly depends where you're at.
Yeah.
But I think it's supposed to be clear skies, at least for big
Sick.
portions of the U.S. So like, this is going to be a cool one. And
Yeah.
hopefully all of our bags haven't gone to zero.
Yeah, hopefully. We pray. We definitely will be praying for that. Today's code one is funny. I don't think it is. We'll see what Sims picks as a wine. Everybody say Okanagan wine. What the fuck is Okanagan wine, bro? You guys are making up words at this stage.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders whiskey. Code is wine. American. Fuck yeah. Listen, I love America, but you guys are not gonna have that one. On my deathbed, you guys won't have that one. Not the wine. Kelowna wine. This guy, this null guy's just making up words here. Listen, I love the First Nations, but there's no chance they make better wine than the French and the Italian. Okay. Anyways, Tyler,
Yes, we actually had kind of a lot now. Like a lot came out right before the show. So this Binance news, we got to talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Breaking before the show, it looks like the Trump family is in talks to acquire a stake in Binance US. I have not had a chance to actually read this article yet. So I basically just have the headline at this point. I've also seen some segments, I think, clipped from the article where it looks like perhaps CZ Binance is somewhat like negotiating like a pardon, perhaps as a part of this investment deal. So there's a lot to unpack. So clearly that is not a good thing, right? To like have some kind of a pardon swap for an investment. So not a fan of that. It did kind of get my wheels spinning a little bit this morning of, does CZ deserve a pardon or not? So let's put like the messiness of tying it to an investment aside.
Mm-hmm.
He was what he was put in jail for were anti-money laundering violations under U.S. regulations. The SEC is no longer going after any of these crypto businesses under these regulations, basically. Like, at least that's my read on it. So like this wouldn't happen moving forward. And like the reality is, like, again, so this is my area of expertise. I did anti-money laundering consulting for US banks, and every major bank has a consent order from the SEC for a laundry list of all their violations against US anti-money laundering rules. It's just a matter of how big are the penalties. And usually the penalties are monetary. But like, is it because it was crypto? It's easier to go after the crypto guys, and this is a part of broader, trying to shut the industry down.
It was also a good way to get money, right? Like they slapped him. Wasn't the massive fine? It was the easiest money to. I feel like the SEC was going after the easiest cases to make the most money, right?
So they go after CZ, and like, I guess my point is, I don't think he would be getting indicted under the new SEC.
No chance, because they dropped everybody else, right? If they dropped everyone, they got what, $400 million out of OKX recently, though. I don't know. I know you guys saw that. OKX had to forfeit all the fees that they made from U.S. traders or something. Most recently, I think it was last week, the week before.
Oh yes, I do remember seeing that. Yeah,
but nobody was like prosecuted, right? Like he went to prison.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the thing, right? It's like it's very rare for the heads of these banks. Like, if the violations are bad enough, there is historical precedent for people to actually go to jail.
Yeah,
but it's pretty rare.
And he wasn't allowed to leave the U.S. That was the whole thing, right? Because he lives in Dubai, and he was like had to stay in Seattle or something. Remember?
But so those are my thoughts there. But Logan, I'm curious for your thoughts. Like, does it make sense should we be cheering on the Trump family? Getting deeper into Binance, getting into acquiring more crypto platforms? I think is a different discussion.
Yeah. I maybe have a differing opinion for most here. I don't like that too much, to be honest. This is like one of those things where it feels like the continuation of the potential narrative of enriching themselves, right, and their family with the ability to control policy. And I just like, why keep pushing the envelope here? Like, this is the type of stuff to me that is going to bring about heightened scrutiny for the foreseeable future. And I think rightfully so as well, right? Like, how much backroom deal money, crony capitalism, whatever you want to call it, right? How much of that is happening? These types of headlines, these types of endeavors, that's the type of stuff that's going to keep that at the top of anybody who's on the opposite side. These are the headlines that are going to stay at the top of their, to-do list for the foreseeable future. And if you want things to not be unwound in 4 years, if Trump's no longer the president, like these are the things that I don't really want to be taking place. Like they're going to make enough money as is with their current things, probably. Do we need to keep, putting ourselves closer and closer with personal business endeavors? I don't know. I'm not a big fan.
I think it's a very fair take. I don't have a strong stance on either sides, but I think Logan makes a fair take, has a fair take. Because what happens in 4 years, right? I guess that's the way you're seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, you have we don't know who's going to be president in 4 years. We don't know which administration, which side of the aisle is going to have power or control, and we don't know what the stance on crypto is going to be. We hope it's going to be largely positive, but there's a chance if you continue to stack up these headlines like this that a lot of people read this as Trump getting richer, right? Yeah. That's how it's read by the people who already dislike crypto. That's the type of stuff that I just think you're adding little negative stains that you don't need to add. You don't need to add. We've made so much progress, so many little positives that are fantastic. And why does Trump also need a stake in Binance? Why does the family also need a stake in Binance? I don't know. There are I'm somebody that thinks there are conflicts of interest that we don't need to engage with. This feels like one to me. If you're the president of the United States, your family probably shouldn't be participating in deals like this where you directly control policy that would benefit these deals. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's my feeling.
Do you view every headline, every action like this under the lens of, does this strengthen the narrative that all of crypto is a scam, or does it weaken that? This is one that kind of falls. It could easily fall into the crypto is a scam. Trump's just doing this to make himself rich. So I do share those concerns. And the other story that's playing out now, tied to us perhaps winding this all back in 4 years. So the Dems, the U.S. Dems in Congress are bashing this stablecoin bill. So I'll give folks a quick background. So the Stable Act is a Republican-backed bill. It aims to regulate stable coins. This would allow stablecoin issuers to operate primarily under state supervision rather than federal oversight and reduce regulatory requirements at the national level. So that's the high level of what this bill is. The news from yesterday is the Dems are coming out very heavily against it, saying it's basically going to create a race to the bottom with regards to regulation. It's going to give big tech a huge leg up here and perhaps even kind of weaken the U.S. dollar here. So Maxine Waters come out and says this is tearing down the wall that used to separate banking from commerce. Stephen Lynch saying this is going to allow big tech firms like Meta and Apple to effectively become stablecoin issuers and dominate the market. And they've even gone further. It's Brad Sherman saying there's only one advantage of the coins we're talking about, and that is the crypto bros can make money from it.
It's always like that, dude. See, on the flip side, then you have that stuff also that makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
So Senator Warren literally, did you see what she said? Did you guys both see what Senator Warren said?
No, I missed what she said.
She says that the stablecoin bill, right, whatever it is, the Genius Act. She says this bill would allow SBF to buy a stablecoin company from prison with no repercussions, and she said that stablecoins provide a boost for the sale of child pornography.
Yeah, so this is just the kind of talking points that one side of the aisle is going to hear, and they're just going to take it as fact because they don't know the ins and outs of what this is all, what it all actually means. And this is why we're so divided on all these issues.
I agree.
And what was it? I'm blanking on her name, the MSNBC woman who did her crypto rant last week. She started out by saying, I don't know anything about crypto, But here's my 4-minute thoughts. It's all a scam. And then she just goes out and compares like Bitcoin to Beanie Babies.
Yeah, was that Rachel
there's a-
Maddow?
Yeah, it was
Do we
Rachel
have
Maddow, yeah.
do we have breaking news here from CZ? Hold on. 4. Sorry to disappoint. 4. So breaking news here. Hold on. I never get to use this button. Hold on. I never get to use this button. Where is it? Fuck. See, I don't even know where the button is because I never get to use it. God damn it. Where? There he is.
This just in. Rug Radio. Breaking news.
4. CZ denies allegations that the Trump family is trying to get a stake out of Binance US. 4. Sorry to disappoint. The Wall Street Journal article got the facts wrong. Go figure. More than 20 people have told me they were asked by the Wall Street Journal and another media, can you confirm that CZ made some deal for pardon? They probably asked hundreds of people to have 20 people reach out to me. In essence, they tried to make a story to report, make a story in bold. Fact. I have had no discussions of a Binance US deal with, well, anyone. No felon would mind a pardon, especially being the only one in US history who was ever sentenced to prison for a single BSA charge. Feels like the article is motivated as an attack on the president and crypto, and the residual forces of the war on crypto from the last administration are still at work. I am always happy to make crypto great everywhere, US and the rest of the world. It's good to see that the Wall Street Journal thinks I should be pardoned. So I guess that kind of cancels the entire conversation we had earlier. Thoughts here, boys?
Well, I mean, this is just wild. It just shows corruption at what used to be, I think, one of the most well-respected, media publications out there with the Wall Street Journal. So they're trying to find information to paint the narrative that they want to paint.
So nuts.
If they want to write the story. But this also shows what the risk is right now. The risk is that crypto is Trump. And the reality is still huge portions of this country don't like Trump. And in 4 years, if the Dems are in power, what does that mean? Are they going to try to reverse all this?
Executive order day 1. We are repealing every single.
That is a non-zero.
Yeah,
This
nobody's
is
talking. Nobody's really talking about that, but it's something I've been thinking about.
We don't talk about that. Okay.
I know, but like, can most of these things, like Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, like, can that be wiped day 1 with an executive order, like to sell literally everything? I have no clue. I don't know. Those are things we should probably know, though.
I'm laughing, but I think the reality is, I think we need, if you're a bull, I think a few things. We want to make as much progress in the next 4 years that positive things can't just be reversed with executive orders. And B, I think we need to do things the right way and try not to have like this. Like we have to figure out how not to make it like Trump equals crypto, right? Like it can't, it has to be bigger than that. Right.
Yeah. I will say,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Say, did some reporting back near election time that one, like maybe small positive here is that, with all of the crypto lobbying, which happened, a lot of money was spent, but it was a bipartisan effort. And there were people elected on both sides that are pro-crypto. It's not just, to sort of pull ourselves away from this Trump equals crypto thing, Republican equals crypto thing. Like, actually, a lot of new people that were elected this year to Congress, both House and Senate, were from both parties, which is a good thing. And so hopefully in 4 years, right, there's better understanding, better education, of course, new election cycles as well that will continue to push people from both sides to find a happy middle ground so that, right, there aren't those major conflicts of interest that create those negative headlines. And then, the positive headlines on the other side are pulled back in a way that it's not just crypto bros getting rich as well. So just a small.
And we're seeing that with the DeFi bill that is getting bipartisan support to be reversed. The bill that was basically
a lot of bipartisan support. Yeah.
So it is positive. So that's an important clarification, Logan.
I think also like there's a world where they also get pilled, like the next generation Democrats. Because you could argue like Maxine Waters and stuff, these people are like, they're like 1 million years old also, right? No offense.
At least 1 million.
But it's just, they shouldn't like, I don't understand why we have like such, old people at the helm of everything. Now, look, Trump is not young himself, but he's surrounded by a lot of the younger folks. Like Bo Hines is like a young guy, like taking care of digital assets stuff like that. David Sachs is not that old, right? And he has real business experience, etc. So I'm just like, I think there's also the next generation Democrats. Like, look, I know in crypto people are maybe afraid to say that they're Democrats, right? For obvious reasons, because also they get attacked on the timeline, which that shouldn't happen for what it's worth. But they're in crypto and they're Democrats, but that doesn't mean they agree with what Biden was doing, right? I think a lot of people that were also supporting Donald Trump's for this crypto reasons were also Democrats that were just against what the Biden administrations were doing. So there is a world where people are Democrats, and it's totally okay. It's not a disease, dude, right? It's just your political affiliation, and you can be pro crypto and a Democrat. So there's also that world, right, where a next generation of people comes into place because the future is pro crypto. The youth is pro crypto, whether they're left, right, center, right? So there's also that world, right, Logan? We're like,
Yep.
they will be pro crypto.
You can be pro crypto and a Democrat. Speaking for
Yes,
a friend.
right. Like I think, and it's totally fine to be that as well. So there's also that, right? But anyways, it looks like JD Vance is gaining popularity. I mean, how's our favorite Bitcoin beta doing, Tyler?
Let's check in on that. How we're doing?
Yesterday, man, the clip had me dying laughing, man. You guys got me good on that one.
Yeah,
With the funniest thing, some people watch the title and don't look at the clip, and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Farokh saying that." I'm like, brother. But I'm here praying for this downfall of this coin, not because I want it to go to zero, because I want to buy some. So I'm here doing some voodoo and stuff on a JD Vance, doll, just so I can get like a $20 million entry. But Tyler, looking good.
Yeah, hard to buy anything on Blood Moon Thursday until we see the blood, but it is holding up well. 40 million. It touched 50 yesterday. Now we're basically even from where we were at on the day. I feel like my gut read is it does go lower before higher.
Yeah.
But I still share all the feelings that I expressed on yesterday's show. We actually had kind of a lot of meme news yesterday. So Coinbase was the biggest headline. Delisting, Floki, Giga, and what was the other? Turbo, correct. Just in New York. And I saw some rumors that perhaps this is tied to a specific lawsuit that is playing out in the state of New York right now.
But Binance also started delisting some meme coins. So
it seems like performance matters.
That was just from Binance Alpha, not like actual.
But
listing.
performance does matter though, because these coins usually when they get listed, it's based on volume that they will make, and if they don't make enough volume, they get delisted. Like I think people don't know that, but that's also one of the rules, right?
Sure, it makes sense, and it's like Turbo. Like what retail Coinbase user is going to buy Turbo? Like,
do you guys know one person that owns Turbo?
Probably not.
And
I did. Like I owned it back in the day.
I traded it quickly when it first came out.
Probably no more in the Giga.
My God, look at that!
And I don't want to dunk on Giga because so many charts look like this.
No, we're not dunking on any charts. Just Giga, and let's look at Turbo and Floki, right? Like let's look at all three of them. But oh wait, that's the wormhole version. Fuck.
I wrote an article when Giga got the Coinbase announcement, the listing roadmap announcement, and it did the typical thing. It jumped to like 700 million.
Yeah.
And it's, oh my gosh, I feel bad looking at it now.
And Turbo's 150 actually surprises me. That's like,
I mean, Giga and Turbo holding the same line. Not really, but 114, 150, both from $1 billion highs. That's insane, man. Wow. On the other announcements, though, flip side, Robinhood US listing Pengu, Popcat, and Peanut.
The piece.
Same with Peanut. I don't know a single Peanut holder, but let's go look at all three of them.
I mean, a lot of us traded it, right? I mean, Peanut was an incredible trade. I got out of it before the massive candle up, and then it became an incredible short.
Wow, look at that. That went to $2 billion, guys.
That was
let's look at Pengu.
The most frothy price action of the cycle. I think
it was. What's Pengu at? Out of all of them, at least Pengu has like a baggage, right? That comes with it, like the Penguin community, abstract, etc. So I think this is bullish for Luca, like long term. I mean, this guy managed to get Penguin listed on Coinbase, Binance, and Robinhood US. So when things pick up, his thesis is the Project Penguin is the most used GIF. People know the brand. You buy it at Walmart. When people enter, they go, "Oh, I recognize this thing, so I buy it." It's a good thesis.
I like it. Yeah, I think it's looking like it's starting to put a bottom in. They just announced the partnership with Shopify. The team is going to keep
I saw that.
spreading the meme.
That was a big news.
I think it starts to get very attractive here.
Yeah, that was some big news. So yeah, listed on Robinhood. Love that. Love that Robinhood keeps pushing forward, right? Actually, Vlad was at the thingy, right? At the summit. So they definitely keep pushing.
The other meme news is a little bit more on the AI side. We got to talk about this. I'm trying to pull up the story here. BankerBot ends Grok's unintentional token creation spree by disabling interactions on X. What a wild headline. I'm sending you the story here in case you want to pull it up. But basically, the devs behind BankerBot recalibrated it to stop responding to Grok specifically. This came after Grok created 17 different tokens.
That is fucking insane.
It's not Grok's fault though. It's the silly degens pestering Grok, telling him to launch tokens. Him, her, it.
There's a lot to unpack here, Logan.
This is so crypto, right? Like makes a token, makes some money, and makes 16 more. I mean, Logan, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I actually hat tip the devs here. This is one of those things where like it's just enough is enough, you know? Like you do have to be able to find some ground like that Grok and just I don't know, any other influencers who are like relentlessly launching tokens in this way. There is some level of consumer protection that's kind of like necessary. And that this is one of, I guess, those low lift ways. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people were buying like the 15th Grok token, but I'm totally fine with this. I don't have like a strong opinion that, decentralization, like they got to let Grok keep launching tokens, like whatever. I don't care. Like Grok can't launch anymore.
And this has big potential implications, right? Because like this is Grok. So like if this gets up to the X AI team and maybe even Elon and they don't like this, right? Like that could have some serious impacts. So like this does feel like one of those situations to tread carefully.
Have you guys noticed something about Elon? He has had absolutely zero takes on the crypto stuff in the administration. That's something I've noticed. I keep forgetting to talk about this on the show. Have you guys noticed that? He hasn't had a single take or retweet or quote tweet or comment on the matter. Not one.
He's staying out of it. I think he did he has shared some thoughts on like Rogan. So like when he does his longer.
Yeah, no, but that was meme coin only, right? The casino. Compared it to the casino.
Yeah. He hasn't really been commenting on more of the 2025 era progress or topics. Maybe he's just staying more siloed.
Yeah, have you noticed that? Like he's like not really talking about crypto.
Well, he tweets about Doge all the time.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like it's coded a little bit.
It's coded, but is like, does he speak to it now from like the coin perspective or from the fact that he likes the Doge? Like he, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
no, I know. I'm extrapolating.
I mean, it is technically coded. You're right. Like it is definitely coded, right? But
I think that's a good thing, honestly. I think
I'm not
it's a
mad
good
at it.
thing. Yeah, I know we want these folks to be like pumping our bags, but I'm totally fine with Elon not drawing attention to himself by tweeting freaking tickers or whatever.
No, but like not even the tickers, like his takes on like cryptocurrency or stable, like even like from that, he's the biggest technologist in the world, right? And the richest man on the planet. I mean, more from not from a pump our backs perspective, but more from like even a tech perspective. Like you don't really see him talk about AI a lot, right? Because that's his focus. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm curious. Like I want to get him on an interview, just ask him his thoughts. Like, hey, what do you think about stable coins? What do you think about blockchain tech? Like we don't really see him talk about this. So that makes me think like, does he even think it's but I've heard that they're using blockchain technology or planning using blockchain technology at Doge. Right?
Yeah.
Like Big Balls. That's Big Balls' job to use blockchain technology. Literally, Big Balls' job is to use blockchain technology to help fix government spending.
I think my read is Elon is pro Bitcoin and pro blockchain, and I don't know that he really messes with most of the rest of it. I guess it's kind of my gut take. I mean, actions speak louder than words. Tesla owns a ton of Bitcoin, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
You're right. You guys are right. It's like almost 12,000 Bitcoin. We saw that yesterday. So we saw. Anyways, the code today is wallet. So we're giving you guys a few more minutes. We're not going to go into it right now, but rafflebot.xyz every Monday. No, I lied. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So every day but Monday, we give away either a CryptoPunk or a Wrecked Guy. And you have quite a high chance to win a CryptoPunk because it's like 4.5% chances of winning a CryptoPunk right now. Well, get them while they're cheap, right? And so the code is wallet. WALLET. Should we talk about punks a little bit? There was some nice
just real quick. I just want to quickly hit this other meme coin that launched. Everything is computer. It's tied to Trump's comments when he got into Tesla yesterday.
Oh, that's a meme coin. I saw the thing everywhere.
So I'm a little torn on this one. It's like I believe that phrase is going to become mimetic and it's probably going to have some lasting power, but it's not really a meme. It's a phrase. And so like now I'm actually I don't know if that token itself is going to have.
Yeah, I don't like sentences.
Yeah.
I don't think they work. Personally speaking, they work for a little bit of time. But remember, like that tap to 4K shit that lasted a whole like 12 hours. Lock in is the most successful term thus far. Went to 100 and something million.
And what's it?
5. I mean, 2 days ago it was at 5.
It's tough to bet on ones like this, Tyler. That I agree. I think this has like a longer mimetic shelf life, but I think we all understand that there is a shelf life. You know, it's tough to bet on when that ends. You know what I mean?
The bull case, I guess, like Andreessen made it as buy. I put it in his Twitter bio. So like,
yeah,
he can impact the markets, but yeah, I don't love the ticker. The ticker's EIC.
Yeah, these ones are really tough, but they are the ones where like you could buy when everybody stops paying attention to it, and then you get that one Andreessen tweet, the one Elon tweet, and then you sell.
Exactly.
So an example of this, like I don't know if you guys saw or if you've talked about it on the show, perhaps, and I wasn't watching the Fortnite Dilbits thing. So Fortnite's like latest season. I'm not a Fortnite player, so I might be really botching how this plays in, but they've been making fun of cryptocurrency, I guess, in the most recent season. I don't exactly know what that means, but they basically in the game, I think, created like there's a fake token in the game called Dilbits. People made, of course, a real token on Solana called Dilbits, and initially surged, of course, right away, not to anything super high, like maybe 5 million or something like that, and then attention faded for like forever. And then I think Fortnite posted it again or something like that, and it went back to 5 million. Like that's what this everything is computer token, or there are lots of tokens like this. They have that exact same playbook, right? They're like initial surge on the first few headlines, everything dies, but the headline's coming back in some way or another from someone, and then you can sell into that next pump. Does that make sense? Like that, I feel like that's a pretty repeatable playbook for these higher narrative, like higher headline type plays. Not financial advice.
It is. Sorry, Logan, we're distracted because more breaking news. Abstract token has gone live for pre-market trading on.
Is this I want to make sure this is real because last time a MetaMask thing happened, it was fake, but Gate is legitimate as fuck.
Yeah, I guess so. So caveat: I have not had a chance to fact check this or do any due diligence.
But it's Gate.
But it's coming from the Gate account. Yeah,
Gate is legit. But I just want people to be careful. Abstract ABS pre-market OTC trading is now live. I'm going to text Luca quickly.
Check that announcements thing. I wonder if it's similar in nature to what that other platform did with the X one, where they're just kind of letting you bet on it.
Hold on. I just saw the timeline. Hold on. Cairo is like spamming emojis here. Cairo, what up? Hold on. I think he's also a Myriad user. Cairo, was it you aping the markets the other day on Myriad?
Yo, Farokh. Hey, my man. Maybe.
Is this? So you sent us this. Is this legit? Yes. I don't want to miscommunicate here.
So what I know, by the way, we met in Paris, and you reposted my clip with you and Luca. A big thank you for that again. That blew up crazy
I
on my
remember
account.
you got a lot. You went viral.
It was crazy, man. I was in the top 10 on Kaido for Pengu, and I didn't even like take Kaido serious. It was insane. But yeah, I actually on the ABS
Points.
token. I mean, it has been speculation for a while, right? We all thought when Abstract mainnet was launching that like the ABS token would be the main gas token, and then it was ETH. And what I know, I cannot tell you like from where, but I know some people at other exchanges, let's put it that way, that have been talking about an ABS token listing. Gate, this is confirmation. We're gonna see an ABS token.
Hold on, it's fake.
Mm.
I just confirmed with Luca. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
Check that announcement. It
Sorry,
actually
brother.
says points.
I just talked to Luca. I said, "Is this real?" It was brought up on my show. I want to make sure, and he said no. Sorry,
But how does Gate announce something like this? This is mad.
No, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Cairo. But this is not real.
Crazy. Okay, I'm still smoking some hopium that we're gonna see ABS at one point.
You will probably. I am most definitely sure you will see an ABS token, Cairo.
I guess. Can I just ask why? So I understand what Lucas said. Why can't Gate open up their own independent market for abstract points?
This is true.
It's like Whales market. It's no different. That's what this is.
Open up a prediction market. Open up a prediction market on Myriad. Is there going to be an ABS token? Yes or no?
This is a great fucking market, actually. Sams, I know you're listening. We should probably open something about abstract like that. That is a great call. We're gonna open this up.
65 cents per point.
Dude,
OCH Heroes grinders are happy with that.
Think about the Myriad guys betting on USDC, multiplying their points and their XP right now. You guys gotta be fucking cooking on this. Did you know if you bet Myriad on USDC, you get 100x multiplier on points, but also XP for abstract? So, but anyways, yeah, Cairo, sorry, brother, but I do remember you, and I know you're a top penguin, so appreciate you supporting us and bringing this to our attention. We will be seeing this. So this doesn't delegitimize what Gate is doing, like Logan's saying. This could be the points.
It is the points. If you go back to that announcement, Farokh, the second link in their tweet, it's like very clearly outlined, I think, in bullet point 1.
Okay. So they didn't make a wrong announcement. They made it clear. That's what you're saying.
Well, I mean, maybe. You have to pull it back up. I can't access it because I don't have a VPN on right now or whatever.
I would turn mine on, but it's going to fuck up the stream.
Unless I'm clicking the wrong thing. But I'm pretty sure when you pull that up, it said points.
Yeah. It's funny how much attention... I don't know.
So there.
Everyone is so confused right now. What the heck is going on?
Yeah, I guess we'll keep it for tomorrow. Anyways, we're on time, but we'll keep it for tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we keep it for tomorrow. Anyways, there is so much going on. This space is heating. Intel, Coinbase Ventures to lead base ecosystem group on Echo platform. Like, there's so much happening, dude.
What on Echo?
Coinbase Ventures to lead base ecosystem ventures or some shit like that. Oh,
interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, like I thought we were gonna have a lighter show of topics, and then we didn't even get through them.
Hyperliquid to introduce the 20% margin ratio requirement starting March 15th. Dude, it's nonstop. I don't know, dude.
That's good. We're busy. We like being busy.
Yeah, we definitely like being busy. All right, well, look, let's get to the Robit spin. Let's get to the Robit loot box spin. The code was wallet. Wallet. We
really dropped the ball on making the code blood today. Sad.
Same.
Or moon.
Very sad. Or moon. What a miss. Shaking my head, Sims. Shaking my head. He's like, fuck you, dude.
MP Boogie.
MP Boogie, baby. Let's go.
It's the name. The name.
The name. Let's go. All right. What up, MP Buggy?
What's going on, man?
Dude, how you doing?
Oh, pumped now. Way better.
I love that. You're a long time listener, aren't you? I know you.
Oh,
I
I'm
know
like
you very-
for 1,000 on these raffles. I'm due.
I know you do. You've been listening to the show since day one, no?
Yeah, I probably missed a month or two in the beginning, but
You're up there. You're up there with
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to replace the red guy that just sold. All right, MP Boogie, are you ready?
I sure am. Let's do it.
Let's spin. Well, you just added another red guy to your collection. Congratulations, MP Boogie.
I will take it. Thank you so much, guys.
Hell yeah. Congratulations, MP Boogie, for winning our red guys. All right, guys. Well, it looks like the news cycle is hyping up. So Tyler's going to have a lot to cover tomorrow morning on the show. With that, we'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.